him. Kill the guy now. You have the gun. Hit him. What's wrong with you?
What? What is this?
Good day, sir.
You are watching Jackie Pan in my house.
No, it's King Kong, sir.
Eh? King Kong. You've never heard of ACTV before in your life? ACTV is very educative, informative, and there are football sport there. There is entertainment. There are a lot of things you can even attend lectures here. All you know is watch all those nonsense artists and do nonsense, or you watch nonsense on TV. Last night you almost came in bed with your fist.
It's not me, sir.
And you wake up every morning, the bed will be so rough, like you'll be fighting kung fu in your dream. That's the reason why you have F's in your courses, like especially made for you.
I have you last semester.
We by pounds on you. Very stupid though. We are changing that section to ACTV right now. And oh God, the baby wants to have the first born. Stupid boy.
Hello and welcome to class. I want to believe that you had a nice time the last time we met, and I want to believe that you have done all your assignments. Today we are continuing from the last place we stopped on THA 113, Theater Workshop 1. Now you may want to ask me what this course, what is it all about? Now I'll give you some info about this course. This course, for instance, is a practical training platform in live theater experience. In this course, we come to understand the techniques behind stage geography, the body position, the stage movement, the handling of props, stage characters and types, general and improvisational exercises, principle of costuming, makeup, and stage construction, practical play production, and of course, we also touch writing, production, criticism. Now, this is what this course is all about, and I believe you are ready to go into the nitty-gritty of this course today. Now, you may want to ask me, what is theater workshop? Just like you can find in this slide, you can see that we have people around, and these people have different or divergent opinions, ideas, experiences, or in life. Now, for theater production to be successful, we need different people from different backgrounds, from different training, from different orientations to come together to make sure that a particular production called theater is achieved. And so, in the workshop there, we have people, share their experience, people give suggestions, people, bring, advice in one way or the other, how to move the production forward. We have the directors, we have the stage managers, we have, the costumiers, we have the makeup, personnel, we have the stage construction managers or directors, we have the lighting man, and we have all of these people coming together. Now, theater, like we have said in the past, is a collaboration of all arts. What do we mean by that? Everybody coming together to get a particular production in place. So before you can have a production in place, therefore you must have what we call a theater workshop, where you discuss the idea, where you fine-tune what the production is going to look like, how are we going to carry out this production, and what have you, and what have you. At the end, you eventually have a beautiful and impeccable production to watch or to experience, why in the theater or wherever you may be, maybe at home. So it doesn't take one person's ability or idea to bring about a complete theater production. It takes the idea of many people. And so that's why this course is very important for anybody who is just coming to the theater for the first time or who is just learning the work of the theater. You need to pass them through this course and make them understand what it is. All right, the famous playwright William Shakespeare says, he says, all the words is a stage, and all the men and women merely players. All the words a stage, and all the men and women merely players. Now, having understood what this great playwright and philosopher of all times, said, we must begin to understand that the stage is somewhere very, sacred. The stage is somewhere that everyone should be aware or should be knowledgeable about. And that's why today we want to look at a very important topic and want to look at theater stage, want to look at its types, geography of the stage. We also want to look at different, stage positions and stage movement. And I believe by the end of this lecture, you will have gained a lot of experience and then you can use it for further studies. Now, let me start by asking us, what do you think theater stage is all about? I have on this slide, three different, ideas that can help you to understand what a stage or theater stage is. Now, it is any designated space for performance of production. Any designated space at all for what? For performance of production. Now, we have different, we have all kinds of designated space for performance. But that place where you have chosen to say this is what you call stage, now becomes your stage. Of course, you can't put your play up on the main road and call it a stage. No, your stage must be compatible or must be in consonance with the environment and even with the actors that want to come on that stage. Of course, you can take a main road to be your stage depending on your agreement with those people around that place at that material time. Again, I said theater stage is that part or section of the auditorium where actors or performers occupy to showcase their arts. That's very interesting. Anywhere, in the auditorium that has been designated, that has been, given solely to actors to occupy, you can call that place a theater stage. Then the last definition I have here is any empty space for performance. Of course, we derive this definition from one of the great philosophers of the theater. Okay, so in short, what are we saying? Theater space is any allocated or designated space, given to actors to occupy to present their performance. So note that and don't forget. Remember, we have divided theater as a building into major two parts. We have the stage, we have the auditorium. Okay, for now, let's maintain these two. There are other areas of the theater that we may have to look at as we move on in this course. But for today in the class, we are going to look at the stage, and of course, we'll touch the auditorium. Shall we move on? Now, I have helped us to, give a pictorial analysis or pictorial, example of what I have said so far. We have this is, a miniature of a theater, a building. Now we have the stage, the four corner, in the very front there is called stage. Then away from the stage, we have the auditorium where the audience sit, to watch the play. So this is is a miniature of the theater that we are talking about. Now, shall we also begin to explain that the auditorium is a place, designated place where we have audience sit to watch, and we have again the stage is where the actors stay to to perform before the audience. So we have types of stage here, and you must note that classically we have three major types of stage, and you must understand that, of course, as time passes, we have people, okay, deriving one kind of stage from the other, but these three types of stage are the major ones. So we have what we call theater in the round, or people otherwise they call it arena stage. The second one is what we call the proscenium act stage, okay, or better say, you can say proscenium stage. Now the very third one here we have the thrust stage. So we will take each of these stage one after the other, and we'll see what exactly this stage or these types of stage, what they look like in the modern times, and what have we. Now the very first one we have here on this slide is a theater in the round, or arena stage. Now from what you can find here, you will note that the audience is sitting around the stage. The audience is sitting around the stage, and the stage is in the middle of the of the audience. Now, well, many a times you can find stages like this, and you can also find this kind of stage in a round format. Now, for many of us who are also familiar with wrestling, wrestling, or boxing or football, such arena, we can call it a type of stage also, because we have the audience watching all around, and the stage, and they have the stage which you can call the ring or the field, as where the actors or performers are really performing for the audience. So this is a miniature of what arena stage is all about. Let's look at the next one. This is the proscenium act stage. Now you have the stage like this. You have the stage facing the audience, and in between the stage and the audience you have the apron. Okay, the apron is that open space between the stage where the actors are performing and the audience. That space there, more or less, is not really useful in quote, except otherwise stated. So it's just for this is an example of a proscenium stage. This one now, it's called the thrust stage that I've said before. Now we have the audience sitting at the three sides of the stage. We have the audience at the right, audience at the left, audience in front of the stage. And I believe that with this you will have understood what the stage, the thrust stage is all about. Now maybe I should let you see. I'm sure you can see my cursor. This is where the audience stay. This is the audience again. This is the audience, and this is the stage. Okay, so this is a very good example of the thrust stage. Now let's go ahead to give us. Now, why do we have why do you as an actor need to understand the stage? Okay, as an actor you need to know your stage very well. You need to know your stage, the stage and the stage geography. Why? Because the director will give you instructions to say, go this side, go that way, come up, come down. And if you are not in consonance with those terms of the stage geography, then you may fall into a big mess while a play is being rehearsed or is being directed by a director. Now, this is an example of a stage geography. Now, this is a miniature of a stage. Now, watch my cursor again as I take you through. This one here is a center stage. Can you see it? This is the central stage, center or stage center, okay? Or people call it center stage. Now, this is, you come forward towards the audience, okay? You have the downstage center. Now, you come again towards the wall, facing the stage, where we call cyclorama, okay? Towards that place, you have the upstage center. In other words, all that you can find in the middle here is center of the stage. The stage is divided into three different parts. This is the center, okay? From my cursor, can you see? This is the center. This is the left. Now, the left side of the stage. From the actor's side, that's how you name your stage. You name your stage from the actor's side. Imagine actors coming from here, coming from the left, and enters the stage like this. Now, he's in the middle of the stage. It's called center. Now, where he came from is left, like this. Okay? He came from the left, like this. Now, where he's going to, for instance, is the right. Okay? Now, this is the, like I've said, upstage center, then center stage here, then downstage center, then this is the downstage left, this is the stage left, okay? Now you have the upstage left. Now he moves again from this to go to upstage right, then stage right, then downstage right. Now, wherever the actor is standing, okay, for instance, he's standing in the middle of this place. Now, if he goes down like this, down means towards the audience, that is down stage. If he goes up towards the wall here, okay, or the curtain, as the case may be, is going up. So you name your stage this way. Now, is that clear? I hope you have understood what I have just done here. Let's go to the next one. And I will also want to take us through other areas of other stage areas and components. Now, I'm sure I've mentioned the apron. Okay, that is the if I go back, that's the space between the stage and the audience here. That is where you call apron. The space between the stage and the audience is called apron. You have the backstage. Let me take you again to the backstage. This is my cursor. Can you see it? This is center stage. Backstage is somewhere here. Can you see it? This is backstage. This is where actors, this is the area the actors use to come to the left or right of the stage without the audience seeing, the actors that are coming on cue. So this next one is called wings. Now, what do we know as wings? Now, can you see my cursor again? Now, the wings are somewhere here. Let me use here as an example. We have the wings here. These are the space between the wall of the theater and where the stage, is visible enough for the audience to see. So the space between here and this place where audience cannot see very well, where actors or the prompters stay to cue the actors, is called wings. It can also be here also. Okay, so note it. That is the wings. Then the crossover. Now, the crossover is somewhere, here. Where is my cursor now? It's somewhere here. It's just like is you know, is behind the stage here, where where the audience cannot see, but actors are allowed to go through this place. Now, that is the other areas of the stage. Let's move very quickly because of our time. Let me take you through to the directional stage movement. In other words, there's the kinds of stage movement that we have in the theater. Now, I want you to focus on this slide because you need to be, very attentive. We have what is called move off. Okay, that is to leave the stage. That's when the director says move off. That means to leave the stage, move off right. And I'm sure you know your right from the actor's side. Okay, we have the move on. That is to enter the stage, move move on from up right. In other words, is the opposite of what you have in the move off. Okay, we have the stage, or give stage. If the director says give stage, it means to withdraw to a less prominent or obvious position. In other words, when you are acting and the director says, okay, give stage, that means you need to, diffuse into, the wings or the backstage or something where audience will not actually see you. The next one here is take stage. That means to move to a more prominent position, to move to where the audience can actually see you. So please note that. And we have the cross. To move from one area to another is also called cross. So I hope you get all these terms. The next one here is full front. To face the audience straight on. When your director says, please, full front, that means give the audience your full view. Give the audience your full view. Okay? We have another one which is called masking. Now the masking is very, very, very interesting from the word mask. Okay? It happens when actors are on stage and they are blocking one another or each other from the view of the audience. So the director may say, actor A, you are maxing actor B. That means you should give, you should make way, for actor A or B to be visible to the audience. Let me quickly take you through the body positions on stage. We have the full front. Okay, full front is like you making yourself visible to the audience. The director says, let me have your full front. That means you are facing the audience, the audience can see your full view. Okay, not inclined, not diagonal, but full view of the actor. Now we have another point, quarter left and quarter right. That means what I call incline. Can you see, for instance, this is my full view of, before the audience now, and I want to go, quarter left or quarter right, which we call incline. That means I have to go like this, I have to, diagonally, face the audience. The audience will see, a part of me, okay, or I go like this. The audience will see a part of me, not full view like this. Is that clear? Now let's go to the next one. Now we have the profile left and right. Okay, that means you need to turn completely to right or left. Okay. Now, for instance, again, let me give you by what I mean by profile left or right. This is, for instance, now I'm turning, to this. I am the actor now. This is my right, this is my left. Okay, so if I need to turn profile right, I need to go like this. Okay, profile right, and this is my my left. I need to go profile left. I need to turn like this. Is that clear? So let's begin to note this. Now we have 3/4 left, 3/4 right. That means turning at an angle. You know how an angle is? It's not totally inclined, but it's going to be, or it's going to be, either to the left or to the, you are not to the left proper, they are not to the right proper. So it's something in between incline and profile. It's in between incline and profile. So the next one we are looking at that is a full back. In other words, it's the opposite of full front. Now, if this is my full front here, my full back will have to be something like this. Okay? Do you get it now? That means I'm backing the audience. But let me tell you, in acting, backing the audience is not really the right thing. Except your director or your director gives you such permission or gives you such blockings. Maybe you are done with your acting and you are going back to the backstage so you can give the audience your full back, or depending on the action you are having on stage. So let me quickly go through what in conclusion we must understand that we must understand the stage very, very well before you can do any profitable thing on it. Now that means that for an actor, okay, on stage, the stage is your world where you can transform yourself before an audience. So if you don't understand your world very well, then you cannot perform in your world. Remember from where we started from, that the Shakespeare says that the world is a stage. So if you don't understand your world very well, you may not live long, you may not be productive in the world where you live. So you must understand the stage as your world before you cannot be productive on stage. So please note that very carefully. Next one, that I said the stage is that world where characters live their lives. Okay? Don't forget that we said that the stage is another world. Okay? And drama is what? Drama is a imitation of an action, or imitation of life. What are we saying? Drama imitates, the present world where we live in. Drama can also imitate even the world on scene. Okay? Drama can also imitate world that is in the past. Okay, so on stage, you see characters live their lives. Characters that you have been reading in your play text, you see them come alive on stage. So if you don't understand the complexion of the stage, then you may not be able to make the best of your stage. So you must allow yourself to know all this, the geography of the stage, for you to be productive on stage. I said again, the stage is that world we love and dare not to leave. So know it at your fingertips. Now, why did I say that? The stage is where we love to live and where we dare not, okay, to live. What am I saying there? Everything you see on stage sometimes can make you feel happy. Yes, you are happy that you have seen another world. You have seen a world as it could be, a world in its best. You are happy to live. You'll be eager. You'll be happy to live that world. Okay. For instance, you want to be influenced by the life you see on stage. You are happy to live that life. For instance, for a student who have seen some characters do well on stage, become a doctor, successful husband or wife, what have you. You want to live that life. Now we see again at another time, you see where characters live their life that you pray never to live such life, because from their lives we have learned their own mistakes, and you don't want to go into such error to live your life here on earth. So stage is more or less I can equate stage to be a mirror, okay, that reflects our day-to-day life. So I believe you will have learned so much in today's class. We have been able to understand what the theater stage is all about. Is that designated space where actors are given that permission or that right to act on, and we have been able to see the geography and all the kind of things. We have seen, the stage divided into different, halves and what have you, and we have been able to know, those body and movements on stage for an actor. So I want to believe, as we have listened and watched this presentation or this class, you will begin to exercise these things yourself, and by the time you come on stage in real life, you will know that you can begin to identify your stage positions from the actor's perspective, or the actor's instance. This is my left, for instance, as an actor. This is my right, for instance, as an actor. I'm standing in the center of the stage. Actor move, center, left. I go like this. And so I want to believe that you have learned a lot in today's class, and I believe that our next class will have to go deeper into another realms of teachings when it comes to theater workshop. So I want to leave you with this assignment. Now you will on your own give me two advantages and two disadvantages of each of the theater stage that we have. Okay, two each. That means two of proscenium, two advantage and disadvantage of proscenium and thrust stage and theater in the round, and prepare it against the next class. And I believe as we meet again next class, you will be better off in understanding the world of theater. Thank you very much.
Finish him. Kill the guy now. You have to come. Hit him.
What? What is this?
Good day, sir.
You are watching Jackie Pan in my house.
No, it's King Kong, sir.
King Kong. You've never heard of ACTV before in your life? ACTV is very educative, informative, and there are football sport there. There is entertainment. There are a lot of things you can even attend lectures here. All you know is watch all those nonsense artists and do nonsense, or you watch nonsense on TV. Last night you almost came in bed with your fist.
It's not me, sir.
And you wake up every morning, the bed will be so rough, like you've been fighting kung fu in your dream. That's the reason why you have F's in your courses, like especially made for you.
I have you last semester.
We eat by pounds on you. Very stupid though. Change that section to ACTV right now. And oh God, the baby wants to have the first born. Stupid boy.